We Predacons forbid you to watch this video if you are under the age of 13. That means you must click the box and exit the video. Yes. But if you continue to watch, it shall avail you not. No. For now the power gauntlet has been cast. Predacons, terrorize!
So you say you're a Transformer and you're not quite as famous as, say, Optimus Prime. But you wanna be, don't you? You've decided that you wanna be a rock superstar and you wanna live large in a big house with not 1, 2, 3, or 4, but 5 cars. Well, that's awesome because I have news for you. Yes, you. Call the number on the screen at 1-800-555-GET-BIT and you can be reviewed today.
Wow, I want to be famous too. Maybe I should give that guy a call.
What am I gonna do? I haven't had a client in months. This place is about to go under and I have no idea what to do. Man, this sucks. Yeah, hello, Input Reviews.
My name's Seawing, and I was curious if I could possibly be squeezed in today for a review.
Alright, look, Seabreeze. Yeah, I can get you in today. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock today. Yeah. Alright, no problem, Sea Urchin. See you soon. Alright, man. Alright, good. Bye. I'm back on top, baby. Yeah.
I can't wait to be reviewed today. I can't wait to be reviewed.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Input, and in this review we're taking a look at Transformers Generations Takara Tomy Mall exclusive Seawing. And no, I don't think the name could have gotten any longer than what it already was. Okay everyone, we're taking a look at his alt mode, beast mode first, right out of the gate. I gotta say, it's a manta ray. It's obviously a manta ray. It is a really well done manta ray. There's tons of paint all over this guy. Now, the one glaring thing is that it's got legs. If you guys ever seen a manta ray before, they don't have legs. This is a leftover from Cutthroat. He is a remold of Cutthroat, the Power of the Primes Cutthroat, the Abominus figure Cutthroat. Yes. There is a lot of remolding going on this guy, but I think this so far, from what I've seen, from what I have and what I've seen in pictures, this is probably the one with the least amount of remolds in him, or on him. The tail is different, and don't worry guys, I have Cutthroat, so I'll compare Cutthroat as well with him here in a second, but I just wanted to go over everything first. The tail is interesting. He is spiked, and when he comes in package, he comes packaged rotated. So let me show you how he comes in package. His wings are kind of up, and he comes packaged this way, with his legs rotated and the tail kind of sticking down. And the legs are actually folded up, kind of hidden. He's packaged like this. And you still have access and use of his legs, but it gives him this single toe up front kind of thing. And the tail gets in the way of him standing up. So I don't think that's right. I think that was just done for packaging. So I just rotate it and bring the legs down like that. Now, if you do have a flight stand, you want him to be displayed in some kind of flight mode or something. He does have a 3mm port right there. And again, you just rotate it around in order to use the flight stand. like so. Just plug it in like that. And there you go. You've got this really awesome flying manta ray thing going on right there. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to turn him around real quick. And he's got tons of paint. There's tons of paint all over this guy. The gray and the black here is paint. The aqua color blue right here is paint. The top part of his head is paint. So the gray and the green right here is painted as well. The underside, or the eyes are painted yellow, and the underside, so the chest right here is painted gray, and this right here is painted yellow. There is a lot of paint on this guy, but I feel like not as much as his Seacon brethren, if you will. I think he looks really, really awesome in his alt mode here. He does have weapon storage in his alt mode as well. As you can see, he's got his guns right here, and he comes with 2 more weapons. He comes with a piece of the sword for Piranhacon, and he comes with this aqua green blaster, which a 5mm port, so you can plug it in up top, whichever way. You can plug it in there or like that. And then what you can do is you can plug this like so and give him a bit of a mohawk. Yeah. I think this looks freaking awesome. He looks like a deadly manta ray, although manta rays are pretty deadly as it is already. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. But you can... I think this looks pretty cool. I mean, it's stretching it, but we're talking about giant robots from outer space, right? So I think this looks pretty cool, and you can spin it around, you can turn it around. You can basically kind of do whatever you want with it to have the weapon storage on his head. So you can kind of do it something like this, like if you wanted to. He does have weapon storage right here on his tail, which is odd because it kind of only really kind of go one way. It plugs in like that. And then if you did it with the sword piece, it just kind of sits over everything like so, like that. It doesn't really look that good. And weapon storage underneath really isn't there. It's here for the guns. You can stack the guns together if you really wanted to, like this, and kind of get that look. But then this doesn't really have anywhere to go unless you just, again, plug it in like this. And then you would have this really awkward one-sided looking thing. So I really do like that weapon storage up here, even though I think the Mohawk does look really silly. I have said before, I'm a huge fan of the whimsical side of Transformers. As you can see, his alt mode doesn't quite stand up. It's when you can get it to stand, it's planted, but you can't really bring him forward because he gets kind of front heavy. I guess, okay. Well, I just got proven wrong. I'll shut up now. But so he can't. Well, I guess if you want him to lean forward, he can't really lean forward too far, but he can get pretty straight like that, I guess, if you wanted to have him displayed standing up and whatnot. So, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to grab Cutthroat, and we're going to take a look at both of them next to each other, side by side. Alright, guys. As you can see, I've got Cutthroat here from Power of the Primes, and I've got Seawing here from the Takara Tomy Mall exclusive Hasbro Pulse, wherever you decided to get them from, store. Cutthroat is, I think he's supposed to be a vulture or a buzzard or something along those lines. So, yeah, there's a few remolded things, but there's, like I said, there's more left over from Cutthroat than anybody else, I feel like. So, the tail here is obviously different, completely different. This is a new mold, but it's attached the same way. And as you can see, the back right here, back of the legs and stuff are the same, and the front of the legs are the same. So the only difference here is the way that, well, first of all, the color of the plastic, but the way everything is painted. Cutthroat has this really nice silver and blue decal paint, all this stuff right here. And his paint is just the yellow right up here on the knee guards, where Cutthroat's is silver and blue and purple. I think it brings it out enough the differences enough and it makes them look different, but I honestly feel like that the legs right here, at least the front of them, could have been remolded, just either completely flat or something. But I still think this looks good, but this is obviously a remold, and you can definitely tell. The chest is the same situation, but I think the chest here really works a lot better from the repaint, from the repainting scheme than the legs do. You can see that this is just painted gray and it's done in a black plastic, and this is just all this dark, I guess, olive green, and this is painted this yellow color that's roughly the same color as this of the plastic. And I think it does a great, phenomenal job of really hiding the fact that it's a remold. There's some silver paint up here on Cutthroat, but other than that, you can't tell the difference that it's a remolded, or that it's the same chest, just repainted. And I think the chest is done extremely well. There is also, the heads are different, and the way that he transforms is slightly different as well. The wings are different. Obviously, a buzzard and a manta ray are not going to be the same. And the combiner port peg area is obviously going to be the same because it's the same chest piece. So, let me set him off to the side real quick. And Seawing, it'd be so nice. It'd be really nice of you to transform so we could take a look at your bot mode. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much, Seawing, for transforming into your bot mode for us. So now that we can take a look at it and see exactly all the awesome detail that you have. This guy honestly looks awesome in his bot mode here. I think he looks absolutely wonderful. Front, back, the whole 9 yards. Everything comes together really well with him, with the paint and everything and all the remold. I do want to show his head. His head, I think, is done extremely well, the way it's colored. And you guys can't see that because I'm not focused. I think his head is done extremely well in the paint and color department. So his entire head is painted gray, and then his mouth is painted silver, and then his eyes are painted yellow. I'm assuming it's cast in maybe the same aqua color plastic, or maybe a black plastic. I can't really tell. Mine is not, doesn't have any nicks or cuts on it or anything, so I could see the under part. But if I would have to guess, I would say probably either the green or the black, to be completely honest. This lighter green right here, or the black, not the arm, but this lighter aqua green. I think the really, honestly, this is the mode that shines the best. He's got wing articulation that you can just give him one hell of a silhouette, and I think that looks really cool. You can give him all kinds of different looks and everything that you really want to, but I think this, sitting on a Decepticon throne, would be terrifying. So I think that's really cool. The wings, however, don't lock into place. If basically from here up, there's no notch to lock them into place. But I think that's fine, because truthfully, at the end of the day, I really don't think a whole lot of people are going to be displaying him or any of the Seacons in their bot modes. A lot of the paint gets covered up. His head does this really cool transformation where his chest kind of... This is the head for his beast mode. It just kind of wraps around and then comes down. And I think that's super cool. He does keep the flight stand right there. Sorry, kid. He does keep the flight stand in his bot mode, and I think that's super cool. So you can have him displayed pew-pewing Autobots or whatever coming out of the water, however you wanted to do it, and I think that's super cool. His weapons that were stored here on the wings can now be put in his hands. Obviously, if you wanted to, he's got total weapon everything now. You can even stack the guns in this mode, which I think is pretty cool. You can get like this super awesome death ray of death and destruction, if you will. There's just a lot of different configurations that you can do with... As I drop it, I'm going to set him off to the side. But there's a lot of different kind of configurations that you can do. So you can take the two guns, you can have the setup here, like the Mohawk setup, and then you can take the guns and make sure the vent or the wings, missile launchers, whatever, are facing upward. And you can put them on the side, and then you can have this triple turret gun of death. You can even turn this around if you really wanted to give it a more of like a sweeping arc back, and I think that's super cool. And he holds this thing just fine. There is some weight to it, and his ball joints are actually holding up perfectly fine, which is honestly something I want to address with this figure, okay? And it is, I will address it during the comparison with Cutthroat's bot mode right now. Okay, everyone, now as you can see, we got Cutthroat here in his bot mode, and we got Seawing here in his bot mode. I think that Seawing, once again, Takara knocked the remold out of the park on this guy, and as much as I loved him, the way he looked, I think Seawing just pulls the mold off so much better, so much cleaner. The remolding makes him look like this was his mold from the beginning. And the thing is these two are based on the Power of the Prime's swoop mold. So this guy was remolded from that swoop, which then got remolded into Seawing, and I gotta say, third time's the charm with this guy. They nailed the mold perfectly with them, with the Seacons so far, and this is no exception to the rule. The thing that I was talking about that Takara fixed is this. Do you see how easy that came off? My Cutthroat has had this problem since day one. There is a tab inside the ball joint that, inside the hole right here, there's supposed to be two tabs on either side of this, inside of this ball joint. No issues. I mean, look, I'm pulling pretty hard on this ball joint, and it's not coming off at all. Takara fixed the issue with Cutthroat. Now, like I said, I don't know if that was a common problem with Cutthroat or not, but it was a huge problem for mine. And like I said, this I can't even bring the arm up. Really, as soon as I go to rotate the arm just pops straight off the ball peg. I have tried tightening the ball joint. I've tried fixing it, and it's just, there's two little pegs that are supposed to be in there that are not there. And so for me, that is a huge plus for me. Man, final thoughts on this, guys. Look, Hasbro Pulse has been putting these back up for order. So for sale, they have been putting these guys back up. So if you guys can get your hands on them for retail, grab them. They are awesome. I was very hesitant to tell people to grab them in my earlier reviews for this guy because I don't want people paying scalper prices. I don't think scalping prices are worth the price of admission for anything. Okay, it's just somebody taking advantage of somebody else, and that's, truthfully, that's not kosher. So, but with Hasbro Pulse now, they do have them up. At the time of this recording, they have them up, which is April 20th, I believe. They're still up there. So if you guys can grab them, grab them. This guy is well worth the purchase. I think, you know, every time I'll say this, every time I get one of these guys, the newest one becomes my favorite one in the set. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. And right now, I absolutely... And I think that just goes to show how much I'm going to love this set as a whole. I think, yeah, I think this is great. And by the way, his wings do bend, something I should have touched on. They do flap and they do come down. So something I think is really cool that you can do here is that you can peg the guns up top here, the little handguns, and bring them down and have some pew-pew over the shoulder action there. And you can do that on both sides. So I think that's awesome. I love it. Absolutely love it. Once again, another mold, another remold knocked out of the park by Takara. Like I said, the bottom half is clearly Cutthroat. The top half is done extremely, extremely well. As always, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for stopping by. Stay safe out there. I love all you guys. And as always, boom, cut it out. Later, guys.
I just relate to the emotion.